Hi, I'm Doug Vi.
The video guy.
This year's NAB had a ton of cool new production gear and toys. What I noticed to be the big thing this year was drones, camera stabilizers, and sliders. It's no secret video is now booming more than ever before. The times are finally catching up with the capabilities, and the capabilities now are almost unbelievable. Let's start with drones, or unmanned aircraft systems, referred to as UAS, or UAV for unmanned aerial vehicle. I like to call them remote control helicopters to avoid the D word, which can make some people freak out. I attended the aerial videography field trip at NAB 2015 that took us an hour from the Strip on an all-day adventure to El Dorado Canyon, inside the gold mine tour attraction. I got to speak with some of the leading experts in the aerial videography business. Plus, we got a chance to fly a number of different drones, both one-man and two-man rigs. I learned a lot about safety considerations, maintaining your drone, the do's and don'ts on the legal side, plus heard from about 40 different professionals from whom which are pioneers working with the major networks using their aerial videography services. Luckily, the FAA has granted 397 Section 333 petitioners as of May 15th, which is about 377 more than in March before the NAB, which only had 20 companies that were approved to fly drones for commercial video use. You can click here to go directly to the FAA page, Section 333. Scroll to the bottom to see the current exemption requests from shooters and media companies and authorizations granted under the Section 333 exemption. They even give instructions for filing an exemption request. I encourage anyone wanting to buy a drone or has a drone and wants to make money shooting aerial video for their customers legally to read up on the FAA.gov website. There are some new drones that were unveiled at the NAB that caught my attention. Since most independent pros are on a tight budget, I focused on the sub $2,000 price range. First up is the Typhoon Q500 Plus 4K quadcopter. It's got a built-in no distortion 4K camera on a 3-axis gimbal, a 5.5-inch touchscreen remote, or ground station, plus the ability to view on your smartphone. It has auto landing, a follow me feature, and a ton of intelligent technology built in to make flying a breeze. Get it? Breeze? All right, never mind. The Typhoon Q500 Plus Pro is priced at $1,100 on the Unique website and includes their steady grip that allows you to use the camera and gimbal on the ground. It's shaped like a gun, and it looks pretty cool if you want to try some steady shots while walking. This $1,100 does not, however, include extra batteries or SD cards. The next two I'm counting as one, since they're both made by DJI, who's leading the pack in affordable drones. I chatted with a few folks at NAB that despises DJI because of their limitations for replacement parts and poor customer service. It might be a consideration if one of your motors goes out, you update the firmware, and your drone becomes practically useless. Or you just need to talk to somebody who cares about helping you. All of this chatter can be seen on the DJI website forum. I haven't personally tried calling DJI, so take it for what it's worth. It sounds like they have temporarily won the popularity contest for the past 3 years, but others are on their tail. Get it? Like on their tail, like drone wars or something? Okay, anywho. The Phantom 3 Advanced quadcopter with built-in 1080 HD camera and the Phantom 3 Professional quadcopter with 4K camera. Both look pretty much the same, with the 4K camera being the differentiator. They both use the DJI Pilot app for your Android or iOS smartphones that snap onto the controller for viewing what your camera sees. GPS navigation, auto takeoff and landing, gimbal stabilizer, and also a lot of technology and features that look pretty impressive. The cost for the 2K Phantom is around $1,000, and the 4K is $1,260. You can find them on Amazon, B&H, and the DJI website. My last drone I witnessed at NAB was the 3DR Solo, the first drone with a brain. is the first bullet that features on their store.3drobotics.com webpage. This is the one I've got my eye on. These guys are taking a completely different approach compared to their competition. Okay, so the Solo is powered by twin computers, the only drone to stream live HD video from a GoPro direct to your smartphone, some pretty unique safety features. Remember, safety comes first. There's an in-flight GoPro access with start-stop recording and adjusting the camera settings from the ground. That's pretty helpful. And the remote control, or ground control to Major Tom, is built like a video game controller with user-friendly buttons like fly, pause, home, and AB buttons for presets, just like my old Nintendo controller. The folks at 3DR are really focusing on the future by designing the Solo with upgrades and add-ons in mind. Sending your drones back for a motor repair or having to buy a whole new drone in a year or two just to get the latest goodies just seems silly to me. I must say, it's good to see companies like 3DR thinking about things that make flying easy and safe first while partnering with an innovative camera giant like GoPro. The Solo is priced at $995. No, not $1,000. Good thing, because I'm not sure folks could handle seeing a four-figure number. The catch is you'll need to have or buy a silver or black edition GoPro at $400 to $500. The Solo gimbal at $400, an extra battery for $150, and a spare set of propellers for $15. All in, you're out about $2,000. A bit higher than the Typhoon Q500 Plus and Phantom 3s, but I definitely think they're worth checking out if you're in the market. Well, there's my top 3 drones under $2,000. I personally like the DJI Inspire 1, but that's around $3,000. If you got the money, definitely check it out. Please comment on any of your drone knowledge or questions you may have below. Thanks for giving me your most valuable possession, your time. Until next time, I'm Doug Vi, the video guy. Remember, fly under 400 feet, fly safely, and watch out for the power lines, will ya?